Hey. Looks great, Amy.
Thanks. It's a big old grease ball. I got almost 6 inches cut off.
Did you really?
Yes, I did. I feel so healthy.
I guess it looks great.
Hey, welcome to a podcast not about hairstyles.
No. Hi, I'm Whitney.
I'm Amy.
And this is
On the Haunt. I can't not bob my head. What?
It's funny.
Great.
I was just telling Amy, apologizing for my lack of hygiene because my hair is so disgusting and just full of dry shampoo.
And that's okay. I was explaining if I weren't on a certain medication, we'd be recording this outside where it's currently 13 degrees or something because my hot flashes
Hey, my
are
life
insane.
is like Groundhog's Day lately, I've decided. Because, like, I get up, I go downstairs, I work, I come upstairs. It's just like the same thing over and over. So why wash your hair when you're on Zoom? No one can tell.
I show up to a physical building where I see hundreds of people a day, and
With that hair?
Still don't wash my hair
Hey,
as
no one
regularly
cares.
as
Come
I
to
should.
expect it. Doesn't
That's
matter.
right. I use dry shampoo.
Yeah.
It never stinks. I
No,
don't think
it does get itchy though. Like right now,
it does.
Itchy.
Like I looked this morning, I'm like, because I've been
Is that-
scratching, and I'm like, I think there's some dandruff there because
Or is
I was
this
scratching.
lice?
Whatever.
I'm always like, is it lice? I have lice. Oh God.
Please, Jesus, I've made it 45 years and
I know.
not had lice. Don't
I know,
let that be a
right?
thing.
I know. It's yes. Okay, great.
Hey guys, we're back. Did you miss us?
We're sorry we didn't have an episode last week.
But that's okay. You got VD back, so
you did get VD back.
Tanya said that was one of her faves.
Oh,
so
Tanya.
we love you, Tanya.
We do.
Seriously are probably going to invite you to a.
We say that every single
or
week.
is that
and then we
weird?
don't.
Do you not even want to come sit in here?
She
and
can't
listen
answer
to
you.
us?
She's in her home right now being like, it's weird or it's not weird, depending upon how she feels.
I mean, I've asked Keaton multiple times to come to a
She's never
recording
coming.
session, and she's like, no.
That's like
Just no explanation, no nothing. Just a
I'm gonna
hard
have
no.
to harass her.
You
Her
are.
secret Instagram keeps popping up for me to follow. Or your
She has a secret. Great. See, I knew I was only on the spam one because there's never any posts.
I know, and I was like, "Is that Keaton?" And then I was like, "Oh God, I'm not going to request it because she'll be like, ew, why are you doing that?" Anyway, why did I just say that on the podcast? Great. Hey, Miranda,
We love you.
we do. You're so great.
One, we're sorry about the cookies.
Yeah, we feel so bad.
And we feel terrible. And then, since we couldn't eat the cookies, you sent us chocolate.
You're too nice.
You were way too nice.
Did you know Chris stole 4 of your dollars?
Wow. Way to throw Chris under the bus.
Hey, it's fine. But we still sent you your sticker, so make sure he doesn't steal those, okay?
Well, there's $4
He won't. He
worth
doesn't
of chocolate
care.
here.
That's
We're good.
exactly right.
She bought it at Walgreens. It's like $6.
That's exactly right, too. You're so nice. Thank you so much. And I was telling Amy that you sent us an email, and I haven't read it to her, so I'm going to read it to
No,
her here.
and the sad thing is I have access to her email. I just never. There's so many between my work email.
Yeah, Amy,
and
same
my
here.
personal
Don't,
email. And I
don't give
just
me
can't.
this excuses.
And listen, anytime I go to like
It's
an
fine.
on the hot thing, I can't ever switch my accounts back. It's so terrible. People will be like, I've been sending
Amy's
you
the least-
Facebook messages. And I'm like, what? Are you sure?
She's the least tech savvy person. But
I really am.
But
It's so
she's-
sad.
Yeah, anyway, I'm going to read it to you.
Okay.
It's from the Brown Family House account. I love that, Miranda. And the subject is reincarnation. Hey, ladies. I don't know. I'm reading this in a
I
sexy
did that
voice.
topic, didn't I?
That's, I told you that earlier.
But you didn't tell me what topic. And now I'm like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, I did do that, didn't I?
Didn't I? And then you're like, didn't
I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't remember what I did last time.
No.
It's
This is
a
our
problem.
shtick we've discovered is that we're going to come up with a topic. We're going to do we're going to do research, but we're not going to read it. And then we're going to just discover it here with you.
I feel like we should use the term research real lightly,
Well, yeah,
too.
it's
I'm
just
like,
simple
okay, here's a
Googles.
topic. Google it, copy and paste.
First 3 links.
I don't read any of it.
No.
Hence, like all the like Viagra ads or whatever that just are in the middle of my stuff.
Oh my God, at least you copy
It's
and
so
pasted.
bad.
Okay, anyway, so here we go. Hey, ladies, I hope you're having a great Monday. Thanks, Miranda. It's Saturday now.
Yeah.
And we're having a
And if
decent
this
Saturday.
came in last Monday, I was not having a great
It was
Monday
on
because I was
this
home.
came out on the 10th. So
I
just,
was homecoming dress shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't then. That was never mind.
Okay. I wanted to share a conspiracy theory I just recently heard about dealing with reincarnation. The theory is that when you die, I cannot read, everyone talks about you seeing a white light at the end of a tunnel. Well, what if at the end of the tunnel is a hospital room where you're being born again? Dun dun
So
dun.
the tunnel is a vagina. Right?
How long is this tunnel? How long is
It
their...
depends.
How
How tall are you?
your vagina?
How long is your torso?
God. Why does it... Please come to this. It's so...
Can I have one of those ring lights or whatever?
What? For your vagina?
Just welcome to the world. You know there are probably some influencers who, when they give birth are like...
vagina.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Okay, sorry, continue.
It's also said that if you feel a special connection to a specific time in history, that was when one of your past lives took place.
Oh.
Keep up the amazing work. You guys are the best. Miranda B. Thank you, Miranda. Amazing work is very generous.
Yes.
And we appreciate you.
We surely
You're
do.
so kind and sweet. And we have yet to meet you. So someday we'll meet you and it'll just be
I don't know. I kind of
glorious.
like the mystique of it all.
We'll have to write her back. Dear Miranda, on parchment with a quill. I don't know why. Okay. So
You're
dumb.
tickling me with the
Why am
feather.
I talking? Still,
I don't know.
podcast I have
Roe reincarnation. Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. They're getting ready to get married for the 100th time, they say.
Oh my God. Yeah. Did you read about her ring and
Yes, it's like a
hurts?
thorn.
I know. I'm just
no.
red flag. Hello.
That was just a song. Love hurts. It's not really supposed to hurt.
It's an interesting ring. It's very unique, but I was
Yeah.
it hurts for you to take it off.
It's a pretty ring.
Also,
but
people's tongues should not touch in public.
No. Nor should you drink their blood.
Across a table. I mean, their tongues are so long. They're touching each other's tip of it's.
Well, that's
you look like you're about to vomit.
Well, it's gross.
So gross. I don't care how beautiful you guys are. It doesn't matter.
Well, it was funny because when I was taking Keaton homecoming dress shopping their day, which later today we're prom dress shopping, people. This is my life. Help us.
Send
please.
prayers.
Yes. But her and her friend were talking about Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. And Keaton was like, and that just doesn't, I don't think you should be drinking someone's blood. What if they had a transmittable disease? I'm like, Keaton? I love your innocence and then after a minute she's like, oh, well, never mind.
Well, this is, okay, I might not even say that out loud. Never mind.
I would imagine if it's something that could be a bloodborne pathogen.
Yeah, I was can you get
probably
AIDS from
an
drinking
STD
someone's blood?
too.
Could you? I don't know.
Probably.
I mean, I would think.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Why do I ask these
Look
things
at
in
us.
a public forum? It's
I don't
so
know.
embarrassing.
Well, I would imagine you could.
Well, it's hilarious that Megan Fox is still famous and relevant to young people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
she's really not.
No.
Other than this.
Well, right, no. Although I did watch recently a movie with her in it that I couldn't finish because it was just she had an abusive husband and he killed himself and chained himself to her, and then she had to drag his body around. I was like, no, I'm done. This is enough. This is too
Well, that almost sounds like Gerald's Game.
Maybe it wasn't that.
No.
But it's similar,
I
yeah.
know it's not that because that's
Yeah.
an older.
I forget what this is called.
It's
but
got the lady from
couldn't finish it. It
Haunting
just
of Hill House.
It felt too just hopeless. The whole thing. I was like, this is terrible.
You know what? I think I saw that pop up. Is it on Netflix?
It's on some.
It's on something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, don't watch it.
No
I didn't
thanks. I'm
finish
good. Speaking of movies, I went and saw the new Scream movie last weekend.
Okay, how was it?
So good.
Does it have all the regular people?
Yes.
Okay, great.
The surviving,
Oh, right.
cast
Drew
members.
doesn't come back from the dead.
No, but they do have family members.
That's fun.
Dead cast members. I've been trying to say it where it's no, they're not dead in real life, obviously, but the people that died in the franchise.
Drew Barrymore's so cute.
Yeah.
Her show, I don't watch it, obviously.
I don't either, but I
clips
love her.
come up on Instagram, and I'm like, she's so cute.
She really is.
She had Machine Gun Kelly on, and he painted her nails, because he has a nail polish line, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And they were, talking, and she's like, I just like you. And I was like, maybe I don't know enough about this kid.
Yeah, I don't
know.
either.
But
I just...
anyway, what else is going on?
That's about it for me.
I just finished a book called Robopocalypse, which is
I
just...
saw you posted that.
It was so good. I
Was
cannot
it?
tell you. I like sci-fi horror though, and that's what this was. I mean, the robots really take over, and then I don't know if you've read World War Z, the book where it takes all these different people's accounts of the war.
Yeah, no, I saw the movie, but I never read the book.
It's like that. It was great. I like that kind of thing though, sci-fi.
Yeah.
The robots take over. Well, in this movie, in this book, everyone has a robot at their house.
Yeah.
Which is creepy.
And me, on my nightstand, I'm getting ready to start Mariah Carey's memoir. That's what I'm into.
Hey, that's fair, too.
You know what?
It's fair.
I just love reading about people's lives. I'm
interesting.
always surprised.
It's very
always.
interesting. Did you see who's doing the Super Bowl halftime show? Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Mary J. Blige. I'm like,
Nice.
yes! It's 1999 again.
I don't even know if I could stay awake for the halftime show. That's at like 7:30 p.m. I don't know.
Amy, drink some coffee. And
coffee does nothing for me
I
as
know.
far as like alertness.
I know, it's
I could
kinda
go to
sad.
Starbucks, get a double shot espresso, and go home and go straight to bed.
Oh, same.
sleep.
I
It's
drink
great.
Diet Dew till the second I go
Yeah.
to sleep. I
And
really
then
should
have to get up to
stop that.
pee, and it's like, dang it.
Why did I do this to myself?
Okay. Again, not why the
great.
people are here. Okay.
You guys want to
So
listen
we were
to a
just
story?
talking. Neither one of us know what we're doing. I
do know what my topics are, but I have no idea.
I don't know what my topics
what's
are.
within
I
these.
slopped together some stuff.
All right,
a
well, you
month
go
or so
first,
ago,
so,
and-
great.
Okay, so let me see.
Are you watching the new Sex and the City?
I started it when it first came out, but I'm a few weeks
Yeah,
behind
it is
now.
so annoying.
Yeah, I just don't.
It's like they all have a black friend now, and it's like, okay, this is so dumb. Like,
Or there's like a gender non-binary
Yes.
person. It's like, which I'm totally for.
well, right, but they're tokenizing it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Don't,
it's so obnoxious. I was like, great, now you have people of color friends.
Yeah.
Cool. It's like, couldn't you
have done this in
Well, and
1998?
it's all them like reckoning with, oh my gosh, racial differences, or oh my gosh, like they're reckoning with these things, and it's like, couldn't we have just started this where this is already part of their lives and it's like normal, instead of being like, anyway, it's so annoying.
They were always good about having like gay representation.
Oh, sure,
I feel like in their show though, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I'm
Miranda, I just
At
want to
least we're
like
getting there.
stab my eyes out every moment.
Oh yeah, she's
Not you, Miranda.
no.
The Miranda
Cynthia
Hobbs.
Nixon.
Oh
Miranda.
God, it's like so.
All right.
obnoxious.
So what am I doing today?
Anyway, moving on.
Oh, here we go. Oh my God.
Oh God, she's laughing at her topic.
This is embarrassing.
Why?
Is this really what I have?
Why?
This isn't. Listen.
How's it embarrassing?
I know we're always like soliciting. You to reach
Here
out.
comes her
My
begging you
excuses.
for.
Please send us some topics. This is so. I thought I like was gonna do this. I'm like, no,
Hey,
that's
you know what?
stupid.
Remember that
Whatever,
time I
I'm
did
going
Tower
with
of
it.
London? I talked for like 5 seconds and then stopped. It's fine. Just
Okay.
do you. What is it?
Ghost pets.
Hey, that's interesting.
That's embarrassing.
No, it's not.
What kind of a topic
Well,
is this?
well,
This is a bottom of the barrel topic.
It is
That's
not.
what this is.
Our listener Anna just lost one of her pets,
Aw.
and so maybe
Maybe your pet will be a ghost.
I mean,
If you want that.
if you want
If
that,
you don't, I rescind what I just said.
yeah, I don't know if I want that.
I don't either. Like, my pet's already, although Kenny Powers is like, he's 12. That's kind of
Yeah.
old for a cat. So he's,
I mean, you want to be
quite
laying
spry.
at night and feel something jump up on your bed and then nothing's there.
Well, no, my animals aren't allowed in my room. So
Oh,
they know
okay.
that. They're very well behaved. No, they're not.
No, they're
Anytime I
not.
leave the door open, they are in there.
Oh my gosh, I've posted a couple things on our Instagram of just like creepy things that I've seen online. One of them was a video of someone, like, it's a TikTok. I need to get on TikTok and Google, oh God, I'm so old. Get on TikTok and search, I don't know, paranormal stuff. Because it's a video of like someone's pointing at their stairs and they hear thump, 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 like up and down.
Oh, God.
It's so creepy. And then, you maybe didn't see it because you don't know how to switch between our accounts, but I posted this Nest video or whatever, like some sort of CCTV that people have in their houses now. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like this little kid, and he comes out of this room and kind of runs past the camera, and then you see like another kid, and there's only one kid, and there's like a caption, it's like, there's only one kid in this house, like go, and then kind of walk past, and you're like,
I'm surprised by our own social media stuff. I'm like, wow,
what?
amazing.
I'll send it to you later.
Plus, my defense, I have not even been on social media in the last 2 weeks.
Amy and her excuses. Gosh.
Listen, we have been renovating our basement. It has been, I regret every moment of it. It has been the biggest freaking nightmare. No one tarped the furniture downstairs.
Oh, no. What?
Yeah.
Well, because it's men. They don't think about
crap
like
and it's
that.
just like, I go down there and I'm like, you guys like repainted the walls, but didn't even like wash down the windowsills or like, I'm just over it. It's They swear it's going to be done this weekend.
Okay.
So I can go down there and start cleaning. So to counteract the anxiety this is causing me, just knowing it's a mess, I've been just like cleaning everything upstairs and just organize it. It's just, I can't handle it. Yeah. So anyways, I've not been in a good place emotionally because of this stupid basement renovation. Although Carter's room's completely done. And it's nice, so Carter. Funny. He's got like a Juice WRLD tapestry.
Tapestry?
Yes.
What?
And
I don't understand.
Mounted animals and LED lights. I'm like, what?
It just says that in words? Mountain light?
No. Mounted animals.
Oh, mounted.
Like a deer head and a
with
duck.
LED.
And then like LED lights.
Okay, I thought you said mountain animals. I'm so confused with what Juice WRLD is. Is it like Juice Plus?
It's like a dead rapper.
He's dead?
Yeah, I had to Google it when Carter first got into it because I thought it was Todd Grizzly's juice bar.
What? Oh my God.
Yeah, so anyways.
A tapestry?
Yeah, it's like this
woven?
giant. No, like a wall. That's like the thing.
I don't own tapestry.
Like that Beatles thing right there.
That's a tapestry?
Yeah, like a wall tapestry. That's what they call it.
Is that a tapestry?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, we're now pointing around the prayer closet at things you can't see.
Sorry.
Cool. Okay, well, Chris has a lot of tapestries.
Yeah, Chris is down with the
he doesn't
what
have
the
Juice
teens
WRLD.
are into these days.
Okay, go on.
So this is from petplace.com. I think there might be something else further down. I don't know. I genuinely don't know anything about this.
What a roller coaster ride.
So it starts at, and I'm just reading it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hey, you cited
Pet
your
Place.
source.
Yeah, I'm citing you. Something tells me Pet Place doesn't care.
It's like some sad woman.
Sweet. Someone's quoting us.
Sad woman in her basement. Covered in cats.
Me.
Covered in cats. You can't see the floor.
It is me. My stupid robot vacuum quit working. I gotta buy a new one.
Because it's a robo-apocalypse. They're coming for you.
I need a new one. It's the only thing that picks up the pet
start sucking up your hair in the middle of the night.
And then I bought another one like on Black Friday, but it's a different brand and it just doesn't. It just scoots the hair. I'm like, what? Dang it! I should have just stuck with what
Amy
I knew.
and her cat hair problem.
Well, it's really dog hair is more the problem. Yes. My cat hair I can just pick up because he rips it out in clumps.
Oh, God.
It's all that dog hair everywhere. He has anxiety.
Oh, me too. Kenny Powers.
He's my animal and my spirit animal. He gets
Put him on some Wellbutrin.
I mean, I might need to. But he's never been outside except for when he showed up at our house as a stray cat. So since he's strictly an indoor cat, I don't get his immunizations.
Well, yeah, why would you?
I take my dog regularly for her immunizations, but I'm afraid to take him to the vet for anything now because I'm afraid they're going to be like, he doesn't have a rabies vaccine. I'm like, well, he doesn't need one.
He doesn't go anywhere.
No.
We're indoor cats.
Yes.
Practically.
We are. But we're vaccinated.
We are vaccinated.
All right. Anyways, we're not even going to go there. And we can't talk about Brittany this week because that will take up the entire podcast.
Well,
maybe
next episode we'll bring it up.
Episode 2
I have a lot to say.
There's so much happening.
I have a lot to say about Brittany and Jamie Lynn.
Yeah,
and
Jamie Lynn. Read the room, girl. All right. We wish our pets could stay with us forever, but what if some do?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know.
It says, much like their human counterparts, canine spirits often stick around to watch over their old haunts. Aww. From ghost pets to hellhounds, spectral sightings are documented around the globe. So now I'm just going to go into some of America's most famous ghost pets, shall I?
Let's hear it.
First, we're going to start with Morris the cat of Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
That's a magic. We need to go there.
Yes.
Is that at the Crescent Hotel?
I see it on here.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Cats are popular at hotels across the country.
Are they?
They were at Airbnb.
That's true.
And at nursing homes. I love when I go to a nursing home and they have a cat.
That's so nice.
That is
I've
very
never
nice.
been to another place with a cat, though, besides that creepy B&B.
Yeah.
Ever.
The cats were the only likable thing there.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And even then, they were getting a little... Could you stop coming through the transom window? Cece, please, let's just settle down.
What a time.
All right, so... Likely due to their ability to keep pesky rodents at bay. I feel that right now. It's very cold outside.
Oh, God, you're
and
in.
Kitty Powers is working overtime. Apparently, where was I the other day? Oh, I think I was already in bed.
Of course you were. It was 3 p.m.
And apparently there was a mouse in our pantry and chaos ensued.
God.
Like, Jamie and Carter had to, like, entrap it.
Oh, God.
Not with an actual mouse trap, but with, like, structures they built out of boxes. This is my life.
I hate mice. We talk about this so much. It's creepy.
And don't get the poltergeist for the ethical treatment of animals after me, but I don't think it ended well for the mouse.
Well, I mean, they don't belong in our home.
But it's Jamie's like, you got to get that little shelf out of the pantry because I guess the mouse has figured out how to climb it. And was getting, so you think the things on your pantry shelves are safe? Nope.
Oh,
and so then I had to like go through the pantry and I had to throw away food because it had like mouse poop on it.
Oh, God.
Like even though it was sealed, I'm like, no. And I feel so wasteful doing that. I know there are hungry people in this world, but I can't. Because then we might die. I don't know.
Well, yeah, and you don't want to touch the... Okay.
No.
This is gross. Moving on.
Are there any tissues?
I'll
I can
find
feel
you
my
one.
nose
You go on,
dripping.
I'll find you
Thank you. So sometimes these cats keep doing their jobs even after they've clocked out forever, just like humans. That's so unfair. Don't make my ghost cat continue to catch... Unless he's really catching mice, then I'm down. Come on back, Kenny. But then are there mouse ghosts?
Oh, God. It's like just Tom and Jerry all the time.
Lord, make it stop. So one of the most famous ghost cats is located in Eureka Springs. About 50 years ago, honorary guest greeter Morris, an orange tabby, lived in the hotel lobby of the Crescent Hotel. After Morris passed. So cute.
Morris. It's the funniest
The staff buried him in the hotel's rose garden.
Aww. I wasn't sure where that was going.
However, guests still report seeing Morris greet guests from his favorite chair or strolling through the rose garden.
So does he just look like a regular cat, or is he like
still
transparent?
orange, or is he like a Christmas Carol style ghost?
Oh, God, that's horrifying.
That is very horrifying.
Well, because you really hear both ways with people, though. Like where sometimes people are like they just look normal, or they look see through, or they only have
you only feel
legs.
them brush against your leg.
Yeah.
You don't actually see them. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I would say he looks the same because how else would they know it's Morris?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I would recognize Kenny Powers anywhere with his matted fur and bald spots.
God.
Oh, poor Kenny. Maybe he should go to the vet.
Maybe he should.
All right. Now we're going to move along to... What are you doing?
Are you taking on an accent? I'm just looking at what episode
because the pet's name is Leona. That just sounds like an accent. Leona the rat terrier from Holly, Michigan. Seems not all dogs go to heaven. Well, that's dark.
Leona was such a bitch in real life.
God, Leona.
She just bit everyone. Leona's such a nice name, though, for a jerky dog.
It really is.
What did she do?
Meet Leona, the resident spirit of the Holly Hotel in Holly, Michigan. Back in 1989, world-famous parapsychologist Norman Gauthier visited the notoriously haunted hotel and declared the spot loaded with spirits. But he wasn't the only one. The hotel has become a must-visit for many independent ghost-busting groups.
I can just imagine us as 18th century charlatans with our, like, our petticoats. And we're just, like, going into places, declaring them Loaded.
It is loaded with spirits.
Can you imagine?
No.
People would have definitely thought we were lesbians then, too.
Always.
Why don't they have any husbands?
It just...
Screw you all. What does
The
it
love
matter?
between us transcends every century.
Mind your business.
Yeah.
God.
And so what if we are?
Right. Suck it.
Yeah.
Who are we talking to?
I don't know.
Okay.
Our love knows no bounds. Between smelling cigar smoke and floral perfume, seeing ghost girls with meat cleavers,
What?
and hearing disembodied voices late at night in the halls, the Holly Hotel has lived up to its reputation as a haunted
Who wants
hotspot.
to go
I
don't
don't know, but maybe we need to put that on our
Meat
list of things to
cleavers?
cover. Girls with meat cleavers. Can do some damage with a meat cleaver, yo.
That's before there was pepper spray.
I
Women
guess.
just
Like,
put a meat
back
cleaver
off,
in their
perv. I got a meat cleaver in my purse,
Yeah.
and I ain't afraid to use it.
Oh, it's hard being a woman.
One of the most notorious long-term residents happens to be Leona, a ghostly rat terrier.
I cannot picture what a rat terrier looks
They're
like.
like the ones with all the hair.
It's wiry.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anyone, but I don't find them the cutest of the dog, of the canine world. But that's okay, because I always, the majority of the time, I think the dogs that win the dog shows are hideous. Like, why does that dog have that weird haircut? Stop.
What's with the dog that just looks like a mop? I feel bad for that
I
dog.
know. But apparently, if you cut its hair out of its eyes, it goes blind or something. So don't do
sun!
that. Yeah.
The sunlight. It's so terrible. That's gonna be so heavy to walk around with that. When you give it a bath, does it like absorb
I'm
it all?
sweeping up my pug dog hair with that dog.
Poor
Yeah,
dog.
giving that dog a bath would be a nightmare.
I mean, who owns a dog like that, honestly?
Just dog show people.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
For shame.
You're like going out to take it out to go to the
Listen,
bathroom.
get a dog for companionship.
That's
not
right.
for the Westminster dog
Yeah,
show.
when they always like touch its butthole or for
yeah,
whatever reason.
he's
Like,
hold
why
its
are you
tail up
doing
and like,
that?
why are you looking at its butthole?
Oh yes, very clean. A 5 out of 5.
These anal glands need to be expelled.
God.
Get thy pet to the vet.
0 out of 5.
God, that's so
I'm
mortifying.
gonna puke.
I've had to take
I'm
my
actually
dog
gonna puke. I can't.
for that before. And it's like because of COVID, it's just like curbside drop off. And they're like, could you hear her from the parking lot?
Oh my God.
So we were expelling her anal glands.
Did they expel it in the car?
No, it's curbside. They pick her up and
Oh, I
take
thought
her
they
in.
just
Oh,
provide
God,
the
no. I would never allow that.
Provide the service. I'm like spitting all over my own face. They provide the service in
No,
the car.
that would ruin the perpetual smell of Starbucks my car has. Are
My
you
car.
kidding me?
God. Do we have anal glands?
I don't know. I've never need.
Will you check?
I don't think so, because we're not dragging our butts on the ground.
Oh, that's why they do that,
Yeah,
to
when
make them
they
like
do the-
explode.
Yeah, but it doesn't usually work, so you have to. But that's like a telltale sign.
This is
like,
why I
oh,
don't
you're dragging your
Have
buttocks.
pets.
Although Keaton
Oh God, drag her
Keaton
butt.
got some new. No, Keaton didn't drag her butt, but she got some new sheets a few weeks ago.
Oh God, where is this going?
And she said that she like chastised Rowan for something, so Rowan looked at her and then like dragged her butt across the new sheets. I'm like, she's never. And I'm like rolling on the floor with laughter, and Keaton's like, "That's not funny. I sleep here. Face there."
Oh God,
But she's never done that. She usually only
A dog
does
is
it like
vindictive.
on the floor. So I'm like, she's doing that because she's mad at you.
it's like Keaton's sister.
Yeah.
It's like
They have a real toxic
sibling
relationship. Love hate.
Oh my God, I'm just now
All right.
writing down topics that
Yeah.
could be something with our
Anal gland sheets.
yes, anal glands, meat cleaver.
What?
Oh, I wrote
no.
anal glades.
Don't.
It's like a glade.
We're
plug-in.
going. Oh, and I was thinking like the Everglades. We're going on a trip for an airboat ride in the Anal Glades.
I couldn't think of the actual word glands. I just kept thinking glades. Anyway, good
Okay,
God
moving
help
on.
us.
What about Leona? Leona will run down the halls, or that's what guests report, or they'll feel her brush up against their legs. Even the hotel's morning chefs report hearing Leona bark for her breakfast. Never expect a terrier to give up, even in the afterlife. She's believed to be the spirit of the real-life Leona, pet of the hotel's former owner. Aww. All right, Leona, balk for your breakfast. Yeah. My dog also barks for her breakfast and breakfast. Scratches the door to Keaton's bedroom, like, let me out.
I'm hungry.
Now we move on to the demon dog of Valkrucious.
This is frightening.
In Valkrucious, North Carolina. What? I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. If you're going to be haunted by a ghost, it might as well be a dog, right?
I don't know.
Maybe not. It looks like ghost dogs aren't all man's best friends. Meet the demon ghost dog of Valkrucious, North Carolina. Rumor has it this demon dog appears late at night to trespassers who overstay their welcome in the local cemetery, chasing them out, even racing after their cause.
Oh my gosh.
Staying past their welcome at a cemetery.
Well, us.
Well, true.
Back in the day.
That was it for the demon dog. No more details.
That would be so scary, though, if you're in a cemetery.
Like the dog is like, get out!
But you can't see it. You just hear it barking and like growling at you.
It's just a demon dog. Great.
Yikes.
So now we're at the Black Dog of Hanging Hills, Connecticut.
Ugh.
So if you find yourself hanging around in Hanging Hills, Connecticut, you might want to avoid any strange black dogs. Legend has it you only want to meet their renowned ghost, the Black Dog, once. Local legend says if you keep running into the fabled Black Dog, it's a death omen. Great.
Oh my God. Why is this place called Hanging Hills?
I didn't name it.
I know. Is that like where the gallows were located?
God, ew. Change your name if that's the case,
well,
Connecticut.
I mean.
Often seen as a small spaniel. Oh, I had Cocker Spaniels.
They're cute.
The Black Dog may not sound too scary. Actually, it may not make any noise at all. Locals say even when it looks like the legendary dog is howling, it doesn't make a sound. It's just mouthing and howling. Looking to avoid this furry foe? Skip Castle Craig, where the Black Dog frightens oblivious travelers. So you name your town Hanging Hills Castle Craig?
That's bizarre.
I can't even think of a Craig. Craig Conover, who sews pillows of Southern Charmed fame.
What
I don't
are you
know.
talking about?
I watch so much Bravo. It's really sad.
I have no idea what those words all meant together.
Nor should you. That says more about me than it does you. Trust me.
I'm just like trying to follow.
You don't want to know.
Okay.
Even creepier, since the 1800s, locals blame the pooch's presence for the demise of those who've met the dog 3 times. If you find yourself face to face with the Black Dog, just remember, if a man shall see the Black Dog once, it shall be for joy. What? And if twice, it shall be for sorrow. If a 3rd time, he shall die. Okay, so
if I saw it once, I would not return.
No, I'd be like, peace out, Castle Craig.
I'm never going back to Castle Craig in my life. Even if you live there, I'm like abandoning my home.
Yes, gone. Gone. 2 times
and
done.
And all my belongings within.
Yes. They are now dog toys.
They are.
So now the Blue Ghost Dog of Port Tobacco, Maryland. One of the oldest ghost pet legends.
Goat pets. Hey, goat yoga, anyone?
Yes. Okay, are there going to be any ghosts? Because that's fun. Sometime in the 1700s, a man named Charles Thomas Sims walked into a bar and made 3 mistakes. This sounds like a joke.
It really does.
He brought in a ton of gold.
That is
He
dumb.
drank too much when he... He talked too much when he drank. And he talked too much about the aforementioned gold. Yes. Any guesses what happened next?
He was murdered.
Charles found himself in a fight for his life as he was quickly attacked by bandits.
Well, yeah, Charles.
Yeah, Charles. Have you never watched The Lottery Ruined My Life? Probably not, since this was the 1700s.
Have you ever watched The Lottery Ruined?
This was a tale as old as time.
He won all that gold on a scratch off.
Yes.
He had to imagine what a scratch off was like back then.
It's like an actual
plank of wood.
Just keep scratching until you hit crystallized particles. If it's purple, you win.
Yay! God.
So
life thing.
Anywho, Sim's dog, a loyal blue tick coonhound, is said to have battled at his side, protecting his owner until their last breaths. God, Charles, why you put your dog in this situation, you freaking jerk?
That's exactly right.
Although they fought hard, it wasn't enough. Well, no, not against bandits.
And this is why you shouldn't brag.
No. Sims and his dog fell on a rock along the road and perished together.
What?
Although the robbers won their gold, they didn't enjoy it for long. It's said that after the bandits returned for their buried treasure, a large blue tick coonhound ran them off. They all eventually fell ill and perished.
Of COVID.
Yes. To this day,
Sorry.
locals report that the faithful hound is still protecting his master's gold.
They fell on a rock and died?
Well, that was him and his dog.
know, but
They've been like beaten up and stuff, and finally they're like, fine, this rock's a good place to die, I guess. Preston the Boxer of Nashville, Tennessee.
God, my mom had a boxer when I was a kid. I hated that dog so bad.
Have you ever heard of Preston, the friendly ghost dog? Considered one of our most famous ghost pets, this celebrity pup is said to haunt Nashville's Belmont Hillsborough neighborhood. This good-hearted boxer appears every year around Halloween, protecting the young trick-or-treaters. If you stop in the middle of the street, an invisible dog may use its nose to nudge you along so you don't get hit by a car. Oh, that's nice, Preston.
That is nice.
Others say Preston
This dog's like, can these people learn how to cross the road? God.
My nose is getting dry from all the nudging. Others say Preston can be heard keeping the peace by barking throughout the night. Some locals pay tribute to Preston every Halloween by leaving out a dog biscuit to thank him for his service protecting the town.
Oh.
And then their final words are always asked before you pet, whether it's a real dog or a ghost dog.
That's true. That's good advice.
And don't just walk up to someone's service dog and pet it.
Oh,
That's a
no,
big
never.
All right, so now I'm moving on to Ranker.
I've loved Ranker.
Ranker always gives us some good
They always
stuff.
come through.
Ghost hounds and a creepy child haunt Peter Brady.
Peter Brady?
That's great.
That's not his real name, though. What's his real name?
Christopher Knight. So here we go.
There you go.
Christopher Knight tells the strange tale. He has his own furniture line now.
It's so bizarre.
It
isn't
is real bizarre.
Like, why?
While filming well, what else is he going to do? You know?
But, I mean, it's interesting.
He went on that reality show and met America's Next Top Model or whatever, Adrian somebody, and they got married, but that didn't last. So anyways.
Talk about some D-level celebrities.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So he tells a strange tale of while filming a ghost episode of The Brady Bunch.
What?
What? They have a ghost episode? The cast was staying at a creepy bed and breakfast and stayed up late telling ghost stories before finally hitting the sack. According to Knight, who played Peter Brady, we know.
Thank you. You said that.
He woke up in the middle of the night to find two hunting dogs sitting at the foot of his bed.
They all were sleeping in the same room? Like an actual family?
Well, there's a lot of hanky-panky going on between
the siblings?
Yeah. Ew. I mean, not really siblings.
Well, right.
I mean, allegedly, based on what I've read. They were just staring at him. Then he saw a little girl gazing at him from the doorway. Neither the dogs nor the girl made a sound. The next day, when Knight relayed his strange encounter, the B&B owner took him to a fireplace where two hunting dogs were depicted on the metal fire guard of the old house's fireplace. They were the same dogs. They said that Peter saw. His name's not Peter.
That's why people hate those types of roles that just define them.
And really
Daniel Radcliffe will always be Harry Potter, you know?
But he's getting ready to be in I saw a trailer for something.
And he was in it? Mm-hmm. Peter was in it?
No. Harry Potter was in it.
Oh! I thought we were still talking about Peter.
No.
Peter Brady.
But anyways, he was like, those dogs on the fireplace. I'm opening this chocolate. Whatever.
Thank you, Miranda.
Right under the mic.
Why not? I was eating
Miranda.
a granola bar over here. I love Daniel Radcliffe. Did you? Oh my God. Are you a Potter fan? Do you like Harry Potter?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
That's I know.
psychopath, but I enjoy the books. And
Well, as a psychopath, I watched the reunion and I cried.
Aww.
I know. It's so good. That's all I have to say about that.
So anyways, the dogs he's all staring at him were the dogs on the fireplace.
That's not
thing.
cool. And a little girl.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, who was she? Can we get some more clarification?
She's also
on
on the fireplace thing. She's etched into it.
Oh, the black dog of Castle Craig.
Again.
Showing up again. We get
follows
no
us.
more information.
Okay.
Nope. Again, Charles Sims. Clearly, I just copy and paste.
Hey, we've learned that this is when we do our best work.
Oh, this looks like a good one. Wiggy, who sensed asbestos from beyond.
Oh my God, it's still doing work.
Look at Wiggy.
He looks like a cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a cat. These are ghost pets, not just dogs.
Well, since when does a cat go around smelling asbestos? That's
Well,
a dog's
listen.
work.
They can smell cancer, I think, sometimes.
Really?
I don't know.
I love cats.
I read it somewhere.
I really
Or maybe that was
prefer
dogs.
cats to dogs.
Anyways.
I know. Judge me, people.
I just love my pets. And I will, and Jamie's always like, when these animals die, we're not getting any more. I'm like, speak for yourself.
Yeah, you can
These are my
go live
companions.
somewhere else.
Exactly. And
They're-
he's like, well, then I want a lab. I'm like, listen.
Then get a lab and take it outside.
No.
Oh.
No, because he'd want it inside. And as the person
it's
who
too
bathes the dog every week, I am not bathing a lab.
No, that's
I'm
just too
not
big of a
doing it.
dog.
Yeah.
They don't want to. I don't know. I shouldn't say
And they
these
need to be
things.
able to like run
Yeah.
a lot. Pugs, like she runs outside to potty and she's
Yeah.
dead
Also,
tired.
labs are obnoxious. Well, maybe I've never had a good,
I mean,
well-trained.
No, they're sweet. I have
Yeah.
nothing against the
They're
lab.
just
I
energetic.
just can't take care
I
of a
need
lab.
a lazy dog.
Yes, I have one, and it's perfect. My dog and cat both sleep 18 hours
that's what
a day.
I need. It's just a lazy pet.
Yes.
It's like on the 101 Dalmatians at the beginning where all the pets like look like their owners.
Yes. Like my animals stand and watch for me to like sit on the couch with my blanket so they can come
They're like, oh,
get in
finally.
there, little snuggle up on me. So those are my pets are my people. All right. So anyways, this strange encounter occurred after nursery school teacher Deborah Tadman's oldest cat Wiggy passed.
Oh.
Grief-stricken, Deborah called animal communicator Sharon Callahan to contact the spirit of her lost pet. As Deborah recounts, Wiggy and I...
That's the worst name of all time. Why?
Oh, never mind.
What?
I was going to say, getting wiggy with it, but that's not the song. It's a Jiggy.
Yeah, but it still works.
Jiggy, wasn't that one of Lisa Vanderpump's dogs? Again, I watch
We
way
need to
too
ask
much
Andy
Bravo.
Cohen to be on this podcast.
We really should.
Hey,
Next time you're in Missouri, Andy,
Yeah,
which
come
is
on
often.
over.
He's from St. Louis, so... Wiggy and I had a very close relationship, and I felt as if I'd lost a child. He had seen me through a marriage, divorce, other relationships, 3 house moves, and other life experiences.
Oh,
I
Wiggy.
feel that.
Yeah.
Sharon was
You
able...
feel that? Your pets have been through you with your divorce.
I mean, no,
Just
but my
kidding.
cat's been with me through some stuff.
Oh, sure.
Sharon was able to reach Wiggy in the great beyond and told Deborah Wiggy was concerned about her apartment because it was a toxic place.
Oh.
About a year later, Deborah decided to paint her apartment and discovered asbestos and highly toxic mold in the walls and ceiling and aluminum wiring in grave danger of causing a fire.
But a year later?
yeah, shouldn't you have investigated immediately, Deborah?
Good thing you didn't die, Deborah.
Deborah is forever grateful to Wiggy. To this day, I can't believe how
Why?
accurate
Wiggy didn't
and
do
true that
anything.
reading was.
It's because you painted.
Yeah. But maybe you should have listened to Wiggy immediately. The next story is called Yabba Returns to Play Ball with Her Human, perhaps because of a Jesus candle.
These are the worst names for dogs of all time.
Yabba
Okay.
dabba doo.
Your face.
I just have a reference for everything.
Your face.
That's right. That's my face. You gotta. I don't care if they can't see me.
face.
You can see me. So
No, I know. I'm just laughing.
doing it for your benefit, Whitney.
Hilarious
Jeez.
and animated.
The story of Yabba is a typical pet haunting testimonial. Is it? What's a typical pet haunting testimonial?
This is
I
so
asked?
textbook.
It really is. On August 30th, 2011, Yabba passed 11 days before her 17th birthday. She and owner Maureen were inseparable. Yabba was her rock and the love of her life.
That's so
In
gross.
parentheses, it says, aside from her son. Gee, thanks, Mom.
And that's really creepy. So.
Oh, I tell my dog all the time, come here, baby love of my life. I do. It's true.
And how do your children feel about that, Amy?
Whatever. They don't care.
They're like, finally, she's left me alone.
Exactly. She's not going to disturb me and my LED lights anytime soon.
So are they illuminating the mountain animals, or are they just around?
They just kind of like
I need a
light
picture.
the whole room. I'll send you a picture.
Okay, I need a picture. I just need a picture
They
of
give the
your
entire
son's
room
bedroom.
like a purple and pink glow.
That's kind of fun.
So one night, Maureen woke up and found her beloved friend had passed. She was devastated, desperate, and in the throes of grief. She began calling out to Yabba while taking pictures. Yabba! Click, click!
Please don't do this.
No, I won't do this.
This is too far.
This is too far. Hoping she could get just a glimpse of the dog's spirit in one of her photos.
Well, aren't you, like, the dog's still there, right? It's dead body.
I want to go bury
God.
Yabba. The second picture taken caught an image that looks like a dog.
Oh.
But is that Yabba? Like, have you disposed of the corpse yet, Maureen?
God.
After taking the picture, Maureen made a memorial to the dog with her toys, a rosary, and a Jesus candle. She spoke to her every day as if she were still there. One day, Maureen took out a ball and said, Yabba, here's your ball. Come, let's play. The ball moved. It was sitting still on the floor and rolled. Then it happened again. She felt something brush against her, though she was alone. Sorry, I'm belching.
It's okay.
She believed it was the ghost of Yabba. I'm not getting teared up. I'm just belching.
This is so
letting her know all
freaking
was well.
touching.
And she's still with her owner in spirit.
That's creepy, though, right?
Yeah.
Would you find... I don't have pets, though, but would you find that comforting or a little creepy?
Well, I mean, like if it brushed up against my leg, I'd probably be okay with it, but I wouldn't be like
Playing
playing
fetch with
but,
it?
Yeah. Like my dog doesn't even understand the concept of fetch now. She
you
takes
know-
whatever we throw and she just runs away with
So
it.
you'd know it wasn't Rowan.
Exactly.
You'd be like, who is this
They brought it
imposter
back.
ghost dog?
Exactly. All right. Maybe I'll do one more. I don't know.
I gotta figure out which of my stories
Okay.
I'm doing next, because I really don't know.
Oh, there's the terrier from the hotel. See, it's
There's
one
two
those
of
dogs.
them.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're cute. They are wiry.
What do I want to do? Shall I do the demon cat of the Capitol?
Yes!
The United States Capitol building is said to be haunted by the ghost of a cat. The demonic kitty is said to have glowing red eyes and appears out of nowhere to scare passersby. Some say demon cat appears before important events or natural disasters.
Oh my gosh.
It was seen before the stock market crash of 1929 and the assassination of President Kennedy in 1963. The Washington, D.C. female roller skating team, the Demon Cats, is
What?
named after the satanic kitty.
What?
And
Why is it satanic?
I don't know.
Because it predicts bad things? It's like,
Oh,
I'm
God.
just the bearer of the bad news.
An amorous ape haunts a British estate.
Okay, you gotta do that
Okay.
one. What?
Numerous ghosts reportedly roam Athelhampton House, a large estate in Dorset near Dorchester, England. But perhaps the most famous of all spectral entities is the ghost of Martin, a pet ape.
No, that is
Possibly a
horrifying.
chimpanzee.
That is literally horrifying.
That belonged to William Martin and his family, who built Athelhampton in 1485.
My God.
Jeez. Legend has it, Martin suffered a gnarly fate when he was accidentally sealed up in a room of Athelhampton and died of starvation.
Oh my
How are
God.
you accidentally sealed in a
An
room?
How are you accidentally stealing a chimpanzee?
Yes.
Was it like passed out?
Rude. Jeez.
Do you know Mandy's been attacked by a chimpanzee?
Well, yes, I believe. No, I don't know that. And I'm
Yeah.
so sorry for her, but that's like what they do.
Sorry, trigger warning, Mandy.
Wasn't that like the first face transplant in the United
God.
States? Was that poor
Well,
woman?
you should not have a any sort of ape or monkey as
Nothing
a pet.
that's considered a wild animal should be.
No.
You can't domesticate that. Leave them alone.
Well, the lady with the face transplant, she was like sleeping with that monkey. It's like putting a diaper on it.
Well, no, she was just the friend of the lady.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd never be friends again.
No, for sure. The second I have to get a new face, we're done. I'm sorry, but that's where I draw my line
What
in
if
the
then we
sand.
got the same face?
Or it was
just
like,
look alike.
like that John Travolta Nicolas Cage movie
We
where we switch faces.
That's so great.
So cleverly titled Face Off.
We just think we're really pulling a fast one. And I'm Amy. Everybody ready for school today?
But we keep our same hair and bodies. You're like a good 4 inches taller than me.
Yeah, we just have the same. We switch just this part.
faces.
Everyone's like, Mrs. Johnston, you look a little different.
What's happening?
So funny.
Okay.
Face off.
Face off. Anyways, guests of the estate claim they hear Martin scratching the walls,
That is
trying to
horrifying.
escape his unintentional doom.
That's
sad.
terrible.
Others, however, claim that Martin, they keep spelling his name differently, sometimes with an I, sometimes with an I, is an overall happy ghost who expresses his happiness in a rather crude manner. Several visitors claim to hear Martin laughing while pleasuring himself.
Oh my God. There's so many things to unpack there. Number one, monkeys can laugh.
And how do they know that's why he's laughing? That's pretty, like,
That's a
out
stretch.
there assumption to jump to.
Do monkeys masturbate?
Probably.
Oh, God.
Some say this randy side of the ape comes from his infatuation with one of William Martin's daughters.
Ew, what?
And she might be responsible for his early demise, given they claim she locked herself in her room to end her own life following a heartbreak, not knowing that Martin had followed her inside.
Wait, what?
No, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I know monkey's not in love with a human.
No.
That's weird.
That's weird. Except
That
King
is-
Kong was. Because that's real. Okay, I'm just turning my iPad
You're
off
so
now.
serious. Well, King Kong was. With what's that woman that she was in The Ring? She was in one of those movies.
Naomi
Watts? Yeah, she's beautiful. Okay, well, away from masturbating apes, on to the Pine Barrens in New Jersey. Do you know anything about this? Because I didn't. Until I was listening to True Crime Obsessed this week, and they talked about the Pine Barrens.
I've heard it on something.
The Sopranos, perhaps?
This isn't in the pine.
In the pines. I got my shorty shorts in the pines. Have you watched that episode of Unsolved Mysteries? Is that what that was?
Haunted
Haunted.
on Netflix.
Oh yeah, Haunted on Netflix. It's whatever season it is. It's the first
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Go check it out if you
If
want to
you
see a
haven't watched it,
Willy-
it's not because we haven't encouraged it.
Willy Wonka. I almost said Willie Nelson lookalike and short shorts. Okay, so the Pine Barrens are. I'm all over the place. This is from thetravel.com. Okay, not Travel Channel.
No.
It's not that obsessed.
The Travel.
Not that official. What was I trying to say? So basically, the Pine Barrens are a giant forest, and it's between Philadelphia and New York City, and allegedly the mob has just taken a lot of bodies there over the years. So I'm just going to go through this and tell you some of the creepy things that have happened there.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
It covers 1.1 million acres, which is a lot of acres.
That's a lot of...
I don't know how they define land in New Zealand. They don't use acres, I don't think.
It
Kilometers.
always comes back to this.
Square kilometers. I don't know. We're so...
So that's mile. That's like our miles.
I know. There is another thing, though. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Sorry. There's another thing for acres, though. I just can't
Does it
think
start with a P?
It's
Parcel.
parcel tongue. This is another Harry Potter joke Amy probably doesn't get because she doesn't like Harry
No,
Potter.
I think that's it. A parcel.
Oh,
they
yeah.
parcel off their land.
Maybe. Is that right, Samantha?
Probably not.
Okay. So there's
She's probably like, it's acres, you idiot, here too.
or stop saying my name. I'm not listening. And she's like, I'm not listening.
No, I'm done.
We're so stupid. I should say I'm so stupid. I shouldn't drag Amy into that.
No, drag away.
Okay, so basically it's like just a bunch of, it's just a giant forest, okay?
Okay.
So a long time ago, there was a tribe of Indians that lived there, and the land was undisturbed. And then, of course, this European settlers started coming in the 1600s and brought their families and kind of took it all over. And there's also been some towns that have kind of spurred up in there, but now they're all empty and they're ghost towns, which is so creepy. So I'm going to just Now, that's all the background. I mean, it's a forest. What do you want? What do you want from me?
Trees, God,
grass.
You can only talk about that for so long.
Woods. God. Okay.
It is a Bob Ross painting. Okay. Every Bob Ross painting ever known.
So now we're going to Weird, New Jersey.
Okay. Yes.
This is where we get.
We've been here before.
We have been here before. Well, because the Jersey Devil is often seen here. So I talk a little bit about the Jersey Devil.
Okay, I bet that's why I've heard of the Pine Barrens.
Yes, because I've already actually covered the Jersey Devil before. But anyway, here we go again.
Wasn't that from like Mother Leeds?
Yeah, because someone gave birth, and that was.
Yes.
We'll get there. We'll get there. You give birth to a Jersey Devil.
Yeah,
just end it.
If you give birth to anything that's like,
not
of your species, just walk away. Maybe unless you're into that. I don't know. Like,
well, you're not. No one's into having the Jersey Devil come out of your vagina.
But a mother's love.
No. My own children.
I mean, if you put that ring light down there, maybe you're.
Oh, it's glowing, but.
Oh, Lord. Okay, sorry. So much birth talk.
Oh, shoot. Okay. So we're going to talk about Joe Mulliner, the Robin Hood of the Pines. Oh. I have no idea where this is going. Oh. Often referred to as the Robin Hood of the Pine Barrens, Joe Mulliner was a Tory outlaw who was forced to flee his home in 1779 to avoid arrest. Then went on a crime spree throughout the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey, burning farmhouses, kidnapping, and holding up stagecoaches. Oh. What a time to be alive.
Yeah.
But he often left poorer folks alone and preyed on the rich. He was captured in the Indian Cabin Mill Inn in Nesco after a night of drinking, dancing, and debauchery.
That doesn't make him Robin Hood just because he robs from the rich and he doesn't rob from the poor. The poor had nothing to rob.
He's not giving to the poor. That's what Robin Hood did.
He was like the wet bandits. They only went to the fancy neighborhood.
What are you going to steal from the poor people?
Exactly.
Oh, dancing.
Don't you taint Robin Hood's
Amy and I used to have nights of drinking, dancing, and debauchery.
We did.
There was one old man who just spun in circles.
The spinner, we called him. We weren't very creative.
Wasn't he dizzy? He was very old. I'm dizzy now.
He had a super impressive, like, equilibrium to be able to spin that much and not fall down.
He just spun for hours.
He did.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't matter what the song was.
No.
He was spinning.
Right at the speaker also.
Yes. With the woman with the hair.
Why?
Cousin it.
Club Mississippi.
Yeah, that doesn't even exist anymore.
I know, it's so sad.
It really is.
It was so fun.
It was. Whitney and her fake ID.
I was Melody. I've never met someone named Melody. Actually, I do. I have someone at my work whose name is Melody. I take it back. Melody. And what would we drink? It was like such a dumb drink. Amaretto sours. Yeah,
so 90s.
Yeah. So your tongue's just raw and bleeding by the end of the night because it's just burning the top layer of your tongue off. But they're so good. It's like the only drink I knew.
What was my excuse? Me too, probably. They didn't have champagne at the Club Mississippi, okay? We couldn't get our champs, as Heather Dubrow calls it.
Well, you were just being nice and like didn't want to embarrass me.
I didn't care.
No, I mean, like,
whatever. Let's get drunk and have debauchery.
Just spin in circle. You should see Amy get to dancing, though. Her arms go wild.
They do.
It's like she doesn't have any joints in her shoulders.
No, it's
amazing.
I'm an arm dancer.
She is. I just don't know how to dance. So
well, I don't either, but I just arm dance.
Yeah, she goes for it. I'm into that. Okay. I just like someone who doesn't care, and you just like live your life and don't be embarrassed, because I'm always like feel embarrassed and don't want to dance. Anyway, why am I talking about this? Convicted of high treason on what does that mean? On August 8th, 1781, he was sentenced to be hanged the same day at Gallows Hill. Ooh. Oh, this is really weird. Afterward, his body was delivered by wagon along the very route that he had terrorized to his wife at Sweetwater. He has a wife? Poor woman.
Yeah.
Do you, lady?
Can you imagine? Oh, FedEx is here. Oh, God. It's just his body.
Oh, God. Because she probably didn't even know.
Or not FedEx. The Pony Express. That's what I meant. That was it. right? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah. Surely.
Okay.
At Sweetwater, where he was buried along a high bank overlooking the Mullica River and the Old Spring Swamp. There are swamps in New Jersey.
I feel like all of New Jersey might
it's a swamp.
Any body of water is just a swamp.
I get that from reading one of those books. Oh, crap. They're in New Jersey, and she's a...
Oh, Jan Ivanovich book.
Yes!
Stephanie Plum.
Yeah, that's who I think of when I think of New Jersey. I still read those every time they come out. They're ridiculous.
I haven't read the last probably 10.
I mean, it takes me like a day to read it.
Yeah,
but
they're
it's still
super easy
fun.
to read, but those were fun.
Okay, his final resting place is a lonely grave in the pines, marked by the stone seen here at the right. There's no right, so I'm not sure what I'm looking at, and there's no picture. Okay, great. Molyneux's gravesite is a personal obsession of mine. Whomever is writing this.
Ooh.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry, I thought back to those apes and the giggling ape just giggling at the gravesite of his obsession. I've driven down to Pleasant Mills on numerous occasions in an effort to find it with no verifiable results. I believe I may have located it, but why is this? Okay, is there a ghost here? Blah, blah, blah. This guy can't find this grave. He really wants to find the grave. And there's nothing. Anyway, moving on. Because he just died. I can't find any paranormal stuff. The Atco ghost.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a ghost story in the southern New Jersey town of Atco. Does this have anything to do with the Pine Barrens? I hope so. Oh, yeah, I see Pine Barrens below.
Okay.
In the southern New Jersey town of Atco that tells of a young boy who was run down on a lonely stretch of roads after chasing his basketball into the middle of the street.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus. Sorry, that took a turn.
Why is anyone driving that fast in a residential neighborhood?
Right. Where are your parents? The tale centers around a sparsely populated lane on the fringes of the Pine Barrens known as Burnt Mill Road. And there are some very detailed instructions would-be ghost hunters must follow in order to see his apparition. Okay. We've heard these before.
Yes.
Weird New Jersey readers share their experiences. ... Okay, in the town of Atco, there is a road that was never finished. It branches off a road that connects with Route 30. This road runs about 2 miles before it ends in the Pine Barrens. It was Christmas night. Okay, I don't really want to hear about the boy that was killed again. Okay. If you drive down the street and head right toward the end of the road, head straight, it says, toward the end of the road. When you reach the end, do a U-turn and pull your car up to the part of the street where there is a crack through the asphalt from one side of the street to the other.
So it's a street, right?
Probably all Jersey streets have cracks. Stop there and beep your horn 3 times. Beep, beep, beep. And flash your lights 3 times.
God, I would never remember all these steps. They'd be totally out of order.
And then sit in the darkness. You'll see the figure of a boy cross the street dribbling a basketball in slow motion?
What?
I don't want to see that. I honestly don't want to see that. The most common way to see the ghost is to... Here's another way to see it. Because they can't get their life together.
Maybe the ghost just wants to rest. Like, stop beeping your horn and flashing
like, again!
I want to dribble the basketball.
Poor baby. That's so sad. Oh, this one. Okay. This one you can actually see the ghost coming towards you. Okay. This is from Scott. I used to row for my college's crew team in South Jersey.
Wow.
Are you sure? Or did... What's her name? Something McLaughlin? Aunt Becky? Did she lie for
Lord
you?
McLaughlin. She just take a picture of you on a rowing machine.
On one practice, another teammate told this tale. He was describing a ghost he saw in Atco. He said that the ghost was the victim of a hit and run. And if you park at the end of the road... Okay, we already said that, Scott. We already learned that. Shut up. Okay, I don't want to see... Oh. This is just like telling... Oh, here you go. Here's a first-hand account of someone who saw the boy. Growing up in Atco, I spent many nights drinking beer with friends at the end of this street and waiting for the ghost. Sounds like something we do.
Just get our little pop-up chairs. Just sit.
Amy and I used to drink champagne and look for UFOs.
Yes.
That happened.
On a four-wheeler. Don't drink and drive. It's terrible.
Four-wheeler. We shouldn't drive four-wheelers at all.
For what it's worth, we weren't even, like, out of my yard.
No.
We weren't on a road or anything.
No.
Just circling my house.
We're the biggest losers of all time. Okay, we never seemed to find him whenever we gathered there. The only time I ever had a different experience was when I actually followed the instructions on how to see the ghost. The night was rather misty, and it was raining a little bit. That's what misty means. Okay. My friend and I drove to the end of the road where the factory is located and turned around. We drove to the second streetlight and stopped the car. I turned off the ignition and we sat in silence. Nothing was happening. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just need a drink, I think.
Nothing was happening, so we decided to leave. The moment I touched the keys, a sudden wind swirled the mist on the road, and a shadowy shape appeared at the side of the road. It wasn't a shape, really, but a break in the low-lying fog that resembled the outline of a child.
What?
That's a shape.
Yeah.
We decided
Or a break in the fog.
We decided to get the hell out of there.
I love a good doing donuts story.
Me too. As I was racing down the street, I could see the fog swirling faster and faster.
Well, quit racing down the street. That's why there's a ghost in the first place,
That's
you
exactly
freaking jerk.
Oh, because look at the road. It's just like a really kind of creepy road.
You should not be speeding down that.
Like on one side is simply woods, and on the other side is woods and one gravel driveway. We came to a stoplight, a stop sign, which I ignored and turned left onto the main street. Zachary!
Cool.
Zachary. God. Okay. Let's move on to another.
Sorry, I don't know why
It's okay.
Suddenly phlegmy.
Here's someone else who saw him and he was very pale and he freaked out. Moving on. Let's go to something else. The Jersey Devil, which I've already talked about, but we're just going to
That's okay.
do a
It never
refresher.
gets old.
And I honestly don't remember anything about it.
I just remember Mother Lee.
Mother Yeah, here she is.
Too many children.
Hey, as a mother of two,
a mother of three.
I love my children, and sometimes I just want a moment alone.
Yeah.
Can they stop crying? Okay.
Or wanting dresses. I want to go prom dress shopping today.
Legend has it that in 1735, a Pines resident known as Mother Leeds
Yes!
found
A
herself,
legend in her own right.
found herself pregnant for the 13th time.
Yep, see?
Your vagina is not the same.
No.
No.
Ring light or not.
No.
You're done.
You don't even have to give birth. No. It just happens.
Yeah. Look, here's your Jersey Devil.
Hello, here's your new brother. God, look at that thing. Can you imagine that coming out of your giner? Or as my grandma calls it, vagina. I was like, that's not a thing, Grandma. What?
Vagina Davis.
Vagina Davis.
Of Thelma and Louise fame.
And I can't think of words today. A League of Their Own. Okay. Leeds is the name of one of New Jersey's earliest settlers. Cool. Mother Leeds was not living a wealthy lifestyle by any means. Her husband was a drunkard who made few efforts to provide for his wife and 12 children. Well, can we stop doing it with drunkard?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe she didn't have a choice.
That took a dark turn. Sorry, Mother Leeds. I mean, you've been through enough.
Yes.
You gave birth to a Jersey Devil.
That's right.
Reaching the point of absolute exasperation upon hearing of her 13th child, she proclaimed her hands to the heaven and proclaimed, "Let this one be a devil!" We've all been there, Mother Leeds.
Like our second pregnancy.
Or my first. I freaking hated that so bad.
Actually, when I was pregnant with the twins, this is so bad. I already had Brecken, and I always found out the sex of my babies.
Same.
Especially when you're having twins, because
Yeah,
you're
you
like, what
gotta
do I
know.
need? And so first they told me Carter, and I'm like, can I just go to the bathroom? Can I have a moment?
Aww.
And I was basically in the bathroom like, please,
God.
Jesus, let the other one be a girl. Please let me have a girl. So I can feel that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now she is, and now I'm complaining about prom dress shopping. So here we are.
We're never satisfied.
No.
It's hard. I don't know if I'd raise my hands to the heaven and say, "Let this one be a devil."
No.
And what was God like? All right, fine.
Careful what you wish for.
Right.
Isn't it punishment enough that she's having her 13th child?
I mean,
just let her
how do you
let her
even-
vent. Like, You don't have to take her seriously. She's at the end of her rope.
That was obviously facetious. She didn't mean that.
It was hyperbole.
Oh my God. Mother Leeds went into labor a few months later on a tumultuously stormy night. No longer mindful of the curse. She had already forgotten about it, apparently.
Yeah, because she didn't take it seriously.
Right. She had uttered previously. Her children and husband huddled together in one room of their Leeds Point home, while a local midwives, multiple, wow, gathered to deliver the baby in another. By all accounts, the birth went routine, and the 13th Leeds child was a seemingly normal baby boy. But within minutes, however, God, what, did it just come out a baby and then...
It's a transformation.
Mother Leeds' unholy wish of months before came to fruition. The baby started to change and metamorphosized. You know what I mean?
Changed.
Right before their very eyes. Within moments, it transformed from a beautiful newborn baby into a hideous creature unlike anything the world had ever seen. The wailing infant began growing at an incredible rate. Oh, God, the horror. Where she's just like, what am I going to feed this thing?
Or if it just goes ahead and turns into like a 10-year-old, that would be like, okay,
well,
cool.
Well, it basically does.
Take care of your siblings.
It sprouted horns from the top of its head, and talon-like claws tore through the tips of its fingers. Ow. Leathery bat-like wings unfurled from its back, and hair and feathers sprouted all over its body. God.
Hair and feathers? Wow.
It's really a magical thing. Its eyes began glowing bright red as they grew larger in the monster's gnarled and snarling face. Oh my gosh. The creature savagely attacked its own mother, killing her. Who took care of the rest of this baby?
Well, Dad.
Not the drunkard.
Probably.
He's like, come on, kids, we're going to the tavern.
Oh, God, that takes me back.
I know.
My childhood.
Hey, but bar food is great. We were raised on it.
Why would no? I'm like, you would smell the bar food cooking. I have sent my dad to be like, these peanuts are free.
Oh, Kevin! Damn it! Kevin in heaven!
My sodium levels are through the roof, Dad.
It's so hard to break these shells.
It really is.
Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not cool. My family owned a bar for a moment, and yes, I spent way too much time inside of it. It's not appropriate place for a child.
Why not?
I spent a lot of places that weren't appropriate for a child. Great. Okay. That's horrifying. Okay, so killed the mom and turned its attention to the rest of the horrified onlookers who witnessed its transformation. Can you imagine? You're like, well, I'm out of the midwife business. Yeah. Need to find a new career path.
I've seen it all.
Let's turn to banking.
Let's do.
That's a Chris joke. Okay. God. It flew at them. Oh my God. Clawing and biting, voicing unearthly shrieks while it tore them limb from limb.
Oh, God. So, well, you don't have to find a new job now because you're just dead, I guess.
Oh, my God. It's so bad. It knocked down the door to the next room where its own father and... yeah, that's enough.
So everybody dies.
Everyone died. Some died, or some lived. Those who survived to tell the tale then watched in horror as the rotten beast sprinted to the chimney and flew up. It's like...
I feel like there's a door. Like, what?
It's like just trying so hard to get up the chimney.
How do you sprint? Like, you gotta duck,
you
right?
can't flap your wings up the chimney. Just, okay.
You just like,
because to give you all just like just a visual of what the Jersey Devil looks like. Imagine a horse head, horse hooves. It stands on two legs, which is bizarre. It has bat wings and two tiny little horse legs, but in the front, but they're T-Rex like. There you go, the Jersey Devil.
Yeah.
Very bizarre.
Very. Quite.
Oh my God. So anyway, that happened. God. Or didn't. I mean,
yeah.
Who knows?
It happened again.
And so, yeah, lots of people see the Jersey Devil now, footprints and such. Here is a, here is an advertisement.
Oh, okay.
From the olden days. Ninth and Arch Museum caught alive. It's here. The Leeds Devil, captured Friday after a terrific struggle. It swims, it flies, it gallops, a living dragon. 10 cents admission. 10 I mean, honestly,
They
I
would have had my 10 cents.
Same here. I would have been there in a heartbeat.
Yes.
We would have been the first ones in line. We're like, can we give you $1? How long can we stay and look at this swimming, flying, galloping drag? Can we buy it?
We were the Zach Bagans of the whatever
We were. Oh, it's so great. Okay, so obviously people see it a lot. It's really scary. It flies away. Moving on. Oh, wait. Here's a lady who hit it with a broomstick because it tried to eat her dog.
Well, don't do that.
She's bad. I like that. You can go there and see it. So if you know anything about the New Jersey Devils hockey team, it's named after the Jersey Devil. Do they know that? Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. I already talked about the Jersey Devil before. Moving on. Weird travels on Indian Cabin Road. What time is it? How long have I been talking? Here we go. I literally have no idea what this is about. Here we go. I went to school at Stockton State College, and I'm sure you know there are a ton of great, scary dirt roads down that way.
No, I did not.
My friends and I stumbled upon Indian Cabin Road one night. We heard stories circulating through Stockton about this road, so one night we decided to go out and find it. Well, then you didn't stumble upon it. You were looking for it. Those are different things, sir. There's some freaky stuff on that road. It's a very long dirt road with tons of pine trees. Because you're in the Pine Barrens. God. Is everyone dumb but us? That's a joke, obviously.
Could you imagine you'd just be covered in pine needles, too? Like, that's
sap.
the worst. Ew.
It's just like sticky. Oh, Lord.
Does not sound like a good time. I hate the outdoors. I really do.
Same. As you drive down it, there are some points in the road that are so thin your car barely fits through. First, we came across a house that had an insane shrine. It appeared to be some type of devil shrine. It always is.
Right? The guy's like, it was just my tool shed.
Or it's just the shrine of Britney Spears.
Yeah, that's not weird.
The mother and the daughter and the holy Britney,
that's
okay?
Right.
They're just praying to Britney. It's like the 1800s and there. Anyway. Very scary. We chose not to stop since there was a light on in the house.
Well...
Those poor people who live there, they're like, stop looking at my devil shrine.
Yeah.
It's private.
Why are you out here? You didn't stumble upon my road.
Who wants to live out there, though? I mean, okay, say all this paranormal stuff is BS. If not just for the people dumping bodies out there, honestly, because allegedly it is like the place to go because it's 1 million acres. You just go dump people. Or is there like a task force assigned to the Pine Barrens? I don't know. Should be.
It's probably a volunteer task force.
Probably. And they're like finding all
That's usually the people that get stuff done, though.
Yeah. Oh my God. Have you watched Relentless on, what is it on? Discovery Plus. It's about Hannibal, Missouri.
I've been listening to it, though, on TCO.
Okay, you gotta watch it.
I don't have Discovery Plus.
Get a free trial. You'll watch it all in a weekend, I promise. And then you can cancel.
Is it all out?
Yes. Okay. Yes. It is.
Well, I've been listening to them covered on TCO, and I'm just like... Whitney and I have been in that bar.
We have been in that bar, and we didn't. Luckily, we were not.
Thank you, Jesus. We didn't know Bookie.
They say Bookie, but it's spelled Bookie. So I'm just like, is it Bookie?
But all the people that know him pronounce it Bookie.
All the watch it. It is like it is.
And they have such accents, and I'm like, what? Right? It sounds like it's happening.
Okay, honey. Yeah, honey. Well, Cindy's
it sounds like it's like happening down in like Louisiana or someplace. I'm like, this is Hannibal.
Right. Further north than we live.
Yes.
It's practically in Iowa.
And I have kind of a Hoosier.
Do we? I mean, I can't.
I feel like I do, but.
Yeah. Well, we're typical Americans where we're like, we don't have an accent.
Yeah. When I listen to myself back, I do.
It is. I mean, it's fascinating. Like it's infuriating. It's sad. It is just, ugh. I mean, if that doesn't show you the methamphetamine epidemic problem in the United States, specifically Missouri.
And then the guy who was just like, Hannibal is Paradise Lost. I'm like, I still like going to Hannibal.
Well, we go to the nice part.
Yeah.
Not these parts where these people...
we go to historic
Hannibal.
No, but that's where the bars are.
I know, but that's not where these people live, you know? Yeah. And Peoria? Who knew? Did you know Peoria is so it's like the place
to I know a ton of people from Peoria.
I know. Apparently it is like super dangerous.
Well, they said that Highway 70 also is the sex
Super-
trafficking
super
highway. So it's like,
Does go
can you
across the-
change that, please?
It goes across the whole United States, so it does make sense. Anyway, off topic.
Okay.
Back to the Devil Shrine.
Yes.
And the light on. The people are just, okay. We kept going, and a good distance up, we came across a shallow grave that had appeared to be there for many years. Okay. There was a gravestone. How do you know it's shallow?
Yeah.
Like, are the toes sticking up? So confused.
I don't understand that either.
Okay. It was right by a small stream. I later found out the tale about it. Oh my God. I don't even know if I want to read this. Trigger warning. Apparently a young girl was sexually assaulted by some man in the late 1800s who was known only as the Kruker. Okay.
Is that like Buki?
I guess her family... Oh my God. And the scene where she goes and visits Buki in prison is chilling. It is.
Okay.
I was just like, ugh. It's so chilling.
All
Watch
right, I'll have to
Relentless
check
on
it out.
Discovery Plus, everyone.
Whatever, I'll just pay for it too.
It's like, I think it's $5.99.
because I think
for a
I can
month.
watch like all the 98 Day Fiancés.
You
and stuff.
definitely can. Know your priorities.
Shut up!
girl.
I love that show.
I every time I see it, I'm like, I should watch that, Amy. Like,
It's
I should watch
amazing.
it.
And there's like a whole franchise. It's like 90
Yeah.
Day Fiancé, 90 days before the 90 days, 90 days the other way.
That's 180 days. So confused.
No, it's where people leave America and go to
find someone?
find someone.
Are these people coming here willingly?
Yes.
Okay. Because they're kind of using the American maybe to get into the country.
Some of them.
I mean, fair.
But some of them genuinely are in love.
Okay, well that's
So it's
good.
you get a nice mixed bag.
Yeah. Well, I'm right now deep in Veep on HBO at Max. It's so great. God, I love Julia
Deep in
Louis.
Veep.
It's so funny and wrong and
I've
amazing.
just been trying since we finally got internet back.
Yeah.
I've been having to catch up on like all the Real Housewives and stuff. So it's
What a job. Okay, there we go. Oh God, I don't really want to talk about child molesters, so
No.
I'm gonna skip that.
there's a special place in hell for
Uh-huh.
you. Child molester. Not that anyone listening is a child molester. These are not our people, but I'm just saying for those types of
Yeah,
people.
I'm not even gonna read this one. I don't
They're
want to read
terrible.
about that. It's too sad.
Okay.
Where are we at here? I'll do one more. Okay, here we go. Ong's Hat, Piney Ghost Town, or Gateway to Another Dimension?
Ooh.
I don't know. Let's
This is
talk
like
about
Skinwalker Ranch.
it. What a place.
Yeah, we've got to cover that at some point
know,
in time. I
it's-
just don't even know where to begin.
I mean, and maybe we like cut it in half and you do
or
like...
we do a series.
Today we're going to talk about the UFO
We can't even
portions.
like tell you what our topic is each day, but we're gonna we're gonna do a series, right?
Yeah. Okay, this one takes the turnpike. Okay, whatever. Legend has it that at one time a resident of the area was a flashy young gentleman by the name of Ong. O-N-G. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
I don't know. He was a fixture at local dances. It's the spinner. Where he was famous for being able to woo the ladies with his fancy dance moves and suave
like the
attire.
spinner.
Most notably his silk hat.
Oh,
I feel like silk is not a fabric that would,
maybe it was like covered in silk.
Yeah.
So it had like a shape.
Yeah. Because
Because otherwise it's just like floppy. It's like that's a scarf. It's not a hat, right?
how'd you like my silk hat? Ong, that's a scarf, sir. Otherwise, it's just a scarf. Apparently, Ong was something of what modern youth would call a player.
Oh,
Wrote this
Ong.
95-year-old.
Play on, play on.
What? And I don't get that reference.
Oh,
It's fine.
I don't even know where I came
Okay, go
from.
on.
I think it's from a song. Play on, play on.
And that he would flirt and dance with all the ladies. One of his love interests caught on to this practice at a dance and attacked Ong,
Oh,
taking his hat and stomping on it.
wow, that's very Jersey. I feel like.
Yeah, very specific. She
Yes.
knew that hat
Was
mattered
it
to him.
Snooki? Please tell me it was
Take your
Snooki.
GD silk hat and step on it.
Yeah. Good luck getting my shoe stains out of that.
Ong, who was very drunk and very upset that his hat had been ruined, ran outdoors and tossed the hat into the air out of frustration. That's so dramatic.
I think of like Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
She just tosses her hat.
He doesn't. I mean, it's just a very flamboyant display of anger.
100%.
Not down like a cowboy would.
No, it's not very player-like of you. No,
that's very Patrick Hines though. Okay. It caught in the high branches of a pine tree and stayed there for years.
It's like there's shoes on that.
Every time he drives by,
he goes. All of this chocolate. What is wrong with me?
Every time he goes to that bar, he just looks up at his hat out of frustration and anger. It became a landmark by which people would find that village, and the area was dubbed Ong's Hat. Okay, this is so weird. As the Pine Barrens themselves became less and less populated with the dying out of local industry, Ong's Hat was all but forgotten. Today, Ong's Hat is home to no residents. Instead, there are piles of rubble, overgrown building foundations, and other reminders of a bygone age. Ong's Hat might have been nothing more than a footnote in the local history books, were it not for a very weird development that some believe occurred here in the last quarter of the 20th century. The opening of a gateway to another dimension! I'm always here for another dimension story. The following more recent history of Ong's Hat and its mysterious interdimension portal can be found in a book, blah, blah, blah. According to somebody, a church was founded in the... What does this have to do with this? The people traveled there. They went to the Jersey Pine Barrens. What does this have to do? Okay, this looks interesting, so I'm actually going to read it. Okay. So this guy wrote this book called Ong's Hat, the beginning. The author of the book, Joseph Matheny, is coy as to whether he intended the work as fact or fiction. Okay, quote: the split between those who believe. Okay, that doesn't matter. According to Matheny's history of Ong's Hat, the Moorish Orthodox Church of America was founded in the 50s by a group of white jazz musicians and poets who were formerly members of the Newark-founded Moorish Science Temple.
What?
These are cults.
A lot of information to unwrap.
These are cults, right? Right? Surely, maybe, allegedly. The members of this small sect traveled the world, learning different philosophies and spiritual practices from all different masters of the Eastern world. That sounds entertaining and amazing and fun. One of these travelers was known as Wally Fard. When Fard returned from his travels abroad in 1978, he spent all of his savings on 200 acres in the Pine Barrens. Along with a group of runaway boys from Paramuthus and 2 lesbian anarchists...
Yes. That's so 70s. I love it.
What? 2 lesbian anarchists. He moved into the property and formed a newer, even more sect. The Moorish.
Why's he got a bunch of runaway boys? I'm a little concerned with that. Wally?
Well, he's got a harem situation going, it feels like, He published a series of Xerox newsletters proclaiming his beliefs. Those on the fringe who had read his words began flocking to his land. It's a cult.
Oh, totally a cult.
Among these refugees were 2 scientists who were looked down upon for their radical views. Frank and Althea Dobbs. They're twins. They were raised in Texas among a UFO worshipping cult founded by their father. God. Our lives were really messed up sometimes, Amy, but we weren't raised by a cult.
But not raised by a UFO cult.
Needless to say, they were used to life on the outskirts of the mainstream.
What was it, Heaven's Gate?
Maybe. Founded by their father.
Well, no.
Texas.
Marshall
Applebaum.
Applewhite.
Applewhite.
He didn't have any kids, I don't think.
When they arrived in the Pines, they set up a laboratory inside a ramshackle trailer. These people's lives, they began making discoveries that shook the commune to its core. The siblings had previously been working at Princeton, where they submitted as their PhD. They're very close.
Yes. they submitted a joint.
Your twins like this.
Thesis?
They share a bedroom, maybe.
No.
They submitted a joint thesis.
My twins don't even speak to one another hardly.
I know, right? That led to what they called cognitive chaos. They were dismissed from the university and found their way to the Pines.
Oh, great.
What a fall from grace.
Yes, no kidding.
In the remote locale, they were free to work further on their ideas, whether the academic establishment wanted them to or not. Yeah! Lesbian anarchists!
Go out the end.
Other guy, Dobbs.
Yeah.
Their theories promoted the idea that people could tap into the unused portions of their brains. I have a lot of those. And do things such as stop their aging. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I need to.
We're into it. Tell us more.
Tap.
And purge diseases from their systems. The ashram used their studies to found the Institute of Chaos Studies. We really need to create an institute, Amy.
Yes. It would be chaotic as well. So can we borrow that name?
That's very true. Progress occurred even quicker than the scientists involved. Okay, great. They came across a device that they called the gate. This was one of a series of devices the scientists referred to as the egg. What is it? They hooked people up to computers and charted their brainwaves. They experimented with sex, drugs, and other mind wave manipulators. What? This is just a sex orgy.
Was it
cult.
shaped like an egg? This is Nexium. Are you getting branded? Run! Keith Runyon.
Okay, this is...
I don't know. I can't ever say his name.
Ranieri!
Yeah.
God, I hate that guy.
He's so gross. God, with his volleyball and his
Members of the ICS, the Institute of Chaos Studies, had to leave because there was a chemical spill that was leaking nuclear material into the area.
How did... Like they spelled it, or there was a nearby? I'm like, how did they get? Okay,
so
how they get their hands on that?
Do forts just like have a bunch of nuclear material?
Like a military base?
Yes.
Probably.
They're just like, okay, this drum is don't touch it.
And who's the guy that spilled it?
They just stumbled into it. That would be us.
Did you see where all those that truck wrecked? All those potatoes spilled out. They froze to the highways. And then no cars could drive through because there's just potatoes frozen.
You can't drive over a potato?
Not frozen ones. Blah, 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 blah. There's like thousands of potatoes.
God, I love potatoes. Don't you?
Yes.
Baked,
there's nothing
mashed.
like a fresh cut French fry.
Fried. God, what am I literally talking about?
I don't know. Keaton texted she wants a soda. God,
we'll go to Sonic. They use the gate to transport themselves and all of their possessions into an alternate dimension. The dimension they moved to, they still lived in Ongshat, but humankind didn't exist.
They're like, no one can see us, don't worry.
They're just so high.
They really are.
They're so high. Okay, a lot of things happen.
Lots of mushrooms.
I could just go on and on. I feel like I need to do a whole thing just on them. I'm gonna stop now.
Okay.
Oh God. Okay, sorry. There's some comments. Okay, everyone.
All right.
Ongshat, what a place. Be careful if you go there.
Yeah.
We're reading your mind.
They are. I wonder if Ongshat is still there.
We should really just do a travel to the, maybe not. The Pine Barrens seem a little frightening and like you'd get lost in there.
Yeah. I don't think we'd last.
No, we're not made for the outdoors.
No, we're not made for New Jersey.
No, we're not.
I feel like. And that's no shade to New Jersey.
No,
we're just
us.
It's
not you, it's
weenies.
Us. We are weenies.
It's like you gotta be tough to like be in Jersey, you know?
Okay, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Subscribe to our socials on the
Please.
Haunt. On the Haunt on Facebook and Insta.
Yes. On the Haunt Podcast.
On Haunt Podcast.
Yeah. Twitter. I don't know.
Rate, review, and subscribe, please.
Yes.
Please.
Send us emails.
On the Haunt@gmail.com.
Yes.
We love you.
Buy our merch.
It's
Go to
linked
our
everywhere.
website.
It's linked everywhere.
And on our website.
Go to onthehauntpodcast.com and you'll find everything. We love you so much.
We have stickers now.
Yeah, please buy stickers.
They're affordable.
It's so depressing not selling any.
You sold some. Miranda.
To Tanya and Miranda, thank you.
Yes,
you guys are
appreciate
amazing. What about the rest of you?
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Stop. Let's stop beating them up.
Okay, goodbye.